Hello again and welcome to Ndudu by Fafa.
Hello everyone, my name is Fafa Gilbert and welcome to my creative African cooking channel Ndudu by Fafa. Now Ndudu means food in the Ewe language from Ghana, and of course I'm Ewe. So yeah, Ndudu by Fafa is food by Fafa, simple as that. Now this is the channel that you want to be on if you actually want that twist to your dishes. You want to introduce your palate to new flavors, this is the channel for you. If you've never had any African dishes before as well, this is a channel for you to try some of the recipes, and they're easy to emulate. If you haven't subscribed yet, click that subscribe button like now, and the notification button, which is like the bell, the ding dong one, yes. What that means is each time I do upload a video, it's delivered straight to your email address. So there's no hassle there, and you can watch the art content. And also, do try the recipe, and I'd love your feedback. Like the video, leave a comment below, and I appreciate that a lot. So now let's start cooking. So today on the menu, I do have this beautiful Ghanaian light soup recipe, which is actually made with goat meat. It's also known in Ewe as bola dechi. Now, these are some of the ingredients that I'll be using. So for the holy grail, I've got my ginger, garlic, aniseed, and onion, which I will blend and I'll marinate the meat in. And I've also got my petit bell chilies, which is known as the bakbushito. Those are the green chilies up there. And then got the habanero chilies. And I've got the normal garden eggs, the pale ones and also the green ones. So yes, this is a close view of your aniseed, which is also known as inkitinkiti. So to start, I'm actually going to blend my ginger, onion, aniseed and garlic together into a beautiful smooth paste, and I'm actually going to be marinating my goat meat in. Now, if you are using stock cube, you can actually include the stock cube now, but I prefer to omit this in this recipe. It's just a personal preference. There's nothing more to it than that. So yes, so I'm just going to mix everything together till it's well combined, as I always say. Now, this is best to actually marinate your meat overnight if you can in the fridge, but equally, you know, you can marinate it for about 30 minutes and that's about it. Now, I'm adding my habanero chili because the perfume taste of it actually infuses into the meat whilst I'm actually steaming the meat. And on a very low heat, I'm actually going to steam this meat. Now, this is to allow the meat to actually cook in its own steam. And I'm not actually added any water. So this is actually the water that comes out of the meat. So I'm just going to cook this for about 25 minutes because I'll be boiling it further and you don't want your meat to be too mushy. So at this point, I can actually see that this meat is like just perfect in the sense that I've actually cooked it for 25 minutes. So it still has that bite. It's still not soft yet, but this is not going to go back. So now here I have my mixture, and I think that it's actually ready for me to now add my tomato paste. Now, the reason why I prefer to actually add my tomato paste now is usually tomato paste actually has sort of a tinny taste if you actually get the tomato paste from the tin. And I like to cook it down because I want the infusion to take place. I want the tomato to take on the spices of the ginger, aniseed and garlic and onion that I've actually marinated the meat and steamed the meat in, and just intensify that flavor as well. So I'm going to cook this for about 6 minutes to allow the infusion to yet again take place, as I always say. Now at this point, I'm actually going to be adding my grains of SELIM or HWENTIA. Now this actually adds this beautiful musky taste to the dish. Now, I've actually ran out of the African nutmeg because that's like a perfect inclusion to this recipe as well. So if you do have that, just add about 2 pieces and that will be great. So I'm actually just going to cook this, as I said, for about 6 minutes to allow yet again the infusion to take place. And I can see that the flavors haven't actually intensified here, and it actually just looks good. It smells great actually, by the way. And now I'm actually going to be adding my tomato and onion. Now these would actually act as a thickness to the soup because the soup actually is quite light. And to that I'm actually just adding a liter of water.
and I'm actually going to bring this to the boil for about 15 minutes. This would allow the tomato and the onion to actually soften up, which is then easier for me to blend, and I'll then add it back to the soup. After 15 minutes of my soup actually simmering and my meat also becoming tender, I'm actually removing the tomato, onion, and also the habanero chili, and I'm gonna blend all of this together into beautiful smooth consistency. I'm actually then going to be straining the juice of this using a strainer and adding 500 milliliters of water. This is to ensure that I extract any flavors from the tomato and onion right into the soup, because it's all about the flavor. So I'm going to strain that, add it to it, and I'm going to leave this soup to actually simmer for another 15 to 20 minutes. It's almost done now. Look how beautiful this is. This is not any other food. This is Ndudu by Fafa. So now, mix everything together, and then I'm just going to let this simmer. And at this point, I'm actually going to be adding my garden eggs. So I've got the green garden eggs. I know it's all like fancy and it's beautiful. And I've also got my normal pearl garden eggs as well. So I'm just going to add that to it. Now, if you do have some okra, you can include that. But I'm going to simmer this for a further 10 minutes, right into my last 20 minutes of cooking. And this is almost done. So it's rather bizarre that actually whilst filming, I actually failed to click my record button when I was adding the bakbushito, the petit bell chilies, those are the green chilies, and my salt to taste. So do remember to actually include that when your soup is almost about 2 minutes for it to be ready. And I left the bakbushito and the petit bell chilies whole, because if you actually want it really spicy, you can actually break it in and it's just perfect. Now I will leave the transcript of the recipe, including the list of ingredients and measurements, on my blog ndudubyfafa.blogspot.com, so do check it out. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter as Ndudu by Fafa. Now I do have some leftover garden eggs, so I actually made some garden egg stew. So if you'd like me to actually upload that video, leave a comment below as well. Now don't forget to like the video as well. And yes, until next time, always be you, be nice, be beautiful, do not change for anybody, and guess what? I love you. Take care of you.